Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Elena Aldry. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I'm just getting back into following a new program from Brian. You can find it at neversate.com. And so today I'm going to be focusing on overhead press and talking to you guys a little bit through the way that I am kind of approaching getting back to lifting and getting on a program as well. So I know it's been a long time. I did the body weight workout. I did the Corona 2 workout where I did a little bit of body weight and a little bit of every minute on the minute training. So now I'm starting back up again with a Neversate program that Brian wrote, focusing on strength and then having some abs and some assistance work in between. I still love working on the clock, so you're going to see me doing that as well. But I am so excited that you guys are joining me today. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you guys during the training. Bye! So far the beginning of the rounds are feeling great. I'm working on my speed and technique, just trying to keep in mind everything I usually do when I clean and press and then split jerk for the overhead press. Everything feels really good, but I'm starting off very light. I always clean and press the bar first. I'm actually using an axle today. I love overhead pressing the axle. And then my first real round was 65 pounds. So we're going to continue to move up pretty quickly and see where I go from there. But the weighted pull-ups feel awesome. Definitely harder than they used to be. So it's one of those things that I feel like if you don't keep doing it, you're definitely going to lose. So I'm excited to see what my top set of a weighted pull-up is today. But I just love being able to kind of, not start over, but start in a new place and just kind of see where the progression goes from there. So I'm excited, happy to have the dogs working out with me. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Okay, so I jumped up to 85 pounds, which actually flew up pretty quick for me. I'm doing everything beltless today to try to find a top rep of 3 beltless, and actually my core felt really stable. I remember to tighten my butt when I put the weight above my head. I'm probably not dropping as low as I should have, so I want to check in on that. But I'm squeezing the bar to make sure I get like full extension beyond my head, just opening that window. Yeah, everything felt really good. It doesn't feel like 85 pounds should feel. It feels like what 110 should feel. So I'm going to continue to make my way up. My next jump, I'm going to do 105 and see how that goes. Okay, so I just wanted to update you guys on what I was thinking for my last set. So I hit 105 for a set of 3 beltless, and typically that's kind of like a really easy weight for me. But today, I feel like, my core, I started to feel my core a little weaker. I know I wasn't being as explosive or dropping under as much as I needed to, but I was able to do it, so it felt really good. I think I'm actually going to stop there today. I know I can overhead press more, but I think that I want to see where I go and how much I improve over the next couple weeks. So I'm a person who typically I've overhead pressed 145, so I know that I can get back up there pretty quickly, but I know it's going to take some time, and that's okay. So I think one of the things about lifting right now, after having not have had as much access to the equipment that you're used to, is just being patient with yourself and allowing yourself to feel some self-compassion. And I think that's just such a huge part of this, because we all want to be perfectionistic and we hold ourselves to some pretty big standards. But I think it's been such a great time to reevaluate, like, why do I do this? What do I love about this? Is it something that I love, or do I love a different sport? Or why is this good for me? And I've learned a lot about myself over the last couple months. I kind of like to roll with whatever's given to me sometimes, and I feel like I try to be pretty flexible that way. Like, so I loved doing the body weight stuff. I actually felt like a lot of people could relate to that a lot more. So I'm probably going to be incorporating some more body weight workouts on this channel. I'd love to make a library of the coronavirus workouts so that people can always go back to them and do them with me. So that's one of my goals. But I also feel like it's really a neat time for your body to almost reset. I've noticed areas I've become weaker and some different aches and pains that I'm not used to having. So I definitely think lifting helps me feel stronger, and I know a lot of people would hurt your joints, but I actually think it strengthens me so much that I feel a lot better in my body. But I also don't want to kill myself for a squat record or a deadlift record that my body's not ready for. So I'm just kind of taking my time and enjoying the process and really trying to break down my form and work on the parts that are weaker and strengthen them and really take it seriously as something like a hobby, as far as not a hobby, but like a skill that you're just trying to perfect because it makes you happy to do so. And then it's a way to gauge how healthy you are, I think, and how much you're giving yourself the time of day to do the things that matter to you. And man, the more research that I do on brain health and neuroscience, the more important physical exercise becomes in mental health and in physical health. I think that I just listened to a study by Dr. Amen, and he said that exercise 4 times a week is almost on par with Prozac as far as helping with depression. And women between the ages of 18 and 43, I think it's like 23% of us ladies are on medication for depression. So, I mean, it's a real thing, but I think that if you're not training or exercising, it's something that you really need to consider. Just like waking up in the morning and going to the bathroom, drinking water, eating breakfast. It's one of those things that almost needs to become like a thing that we have to do because it's so good for us. So anyway, those are some of my thoughts. For me, it's just been exciting to see what my body can do and where I can grow in, and it's been a really neat process. So thank you so much for joining me today. I loved the ab work, the oblique work. It was fun working with the axle again. It's my first time touching the axle. I realized that I really need to do a little bit better job warming up my joints. So I think you might have seen me doing some of those the bands, pulling on the bands fast, warming up my back and my shoulders, and just trying to grease the groove with my joints. I think that's really important. I know in the past Brian programs a lot of like animal crawls and things like that, and I need to get back to doing some of that stuff because it wakes up everything and it makes the lift go so much better. So I'm happy with today. I would have liked to see 115 for a set of 3 belt list, but I think I'm going to hold off on that for today and look at what happens next week, and I'm excited to look at that. So now what I'm going to do is do my assistants, a bunch of strict presses, and my triceps are already sore from my deadlifts from Monday, so I'm going to keep that in mind as I do my assistants and just do what my body wants to do today, but also not just go leave, because the volume work's really important. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this real quick like self-analysis. I hope it was helpful to you guys. Thank you so much for your time and taking the time to sit with me and talk about this. I was happy that I was able to do a 35-pound for a set of 3 on the pull-ups. That makes me very happy that my body was strong enough to do that today. So anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Hope this was helpful to you guys. Let me know if there's anything I can be doing to just help encourage you guys with your lifting. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment in the section down below. All right, thanks so much. Bye.